So we go to Artie's because they contacted me on Instagram. They're like, we're back and we're doing fish. And I'm like, Ben, let's just get on a plane and come here, which I did. And there's no quarantine. There's no nothing. I mean, everybody's like, there's, and I guess, is this thing that the media is doing to scare people, which I get, because I guess they don't want people to travel, but like, they're putting all this information out. There's checkpoints at the bridges and tunnels and the military is in the airports. It's like, there's none of that.
Okay, yeah, I don't even know. But
I mean, there's none of it.
But what would they do anyway? Tell you to go home? Like, tell you to go... Go quarantine. Okay.
That's a great point. Son, what the hell are you doing? I don't know. I'm getting pizza. You go on home. Just a big military guy.
You don't get sick, boy.
You stupid fuck. Sir, yes, sir. I will go home.
Just firing his gun into the air.
Yeah. I'm not powerless. The Empire endures. Just screaming. It's like, who is this? Who did you hire? So we're sitting in Artie's today. Alphonse D'Amato walks in. 82-year-old senator from the town I grew up in, Island Park. And
he's from Island Park?
He's from Island Park. He's from Brooklyn. He lived in Island Park. D'Amato's like, can you on mic read a little bit about D'Amato? Set this up for people because it is truly amazing.
Okay, so D'Amato was of Italian ancestry, was born in Brooklyn and raised on Long Island in the small village of Island Park, which is great. He was the last Republican senator for New York from 1981 to 1999. The only charity he is a part of is the Poker Players Alliance, which is it's a nonprofit organization set up to help protect and fight for the rights of poker players in the United States.
It's a lobby for the online poker.
Yeah. So
it's not a charity.
Oh, please tell us the book. Tell us, Ben, come here and tell us the title. Find the title of his book and then tell us the title of D'Amato's book, and then we'll talk about D'Amato because the lunch was amazing. But you gotta. This is if you didn't learn enough about him by just and shout out to him. I might see him again at this restaurant. I'm not trying to make things weird. But the name of the book he wrote is absolutely perfect. The name of the book is Power, Pasta, and Politics. The world according to Senator Al D'Amato. Look at that, right?
He looks like he's he's has Alzheimer's.
So listen to this. He hates Trump. He goes like this, right? He sits down. He's talking to the owner of the restaurant. He goes, listen. He goes, you know why he lost this election? He goes, you got Giuliani in there. Giuliani's going over to Ukraine hiring a bunch of crooks. He goes, Giuliani's a snake. He goes, I made Giuliani. I put Giuliani on. He goes, Giuliani's got no loyalty to anybody but himself. And he goes, the guy's a scumbag. And he goes, Trump's also a scumbag. He goes, you don't think Trump's cheated on everything? D'Amato goes, Trump doesn't pay any of his fucking workers. And the guy that owns the restaurant goes, yeah, he owed my buddy 80 grand. He only gave him 60. D'Amato's like, you're lucky he got 60. You used to have to sue him to get money. And then it was so funny because I'm sitting there with Ben and we're listening to this whole thing. And I'm like, Ben, don't you get it now why I don't get invested in any of this shit emotionally? Because this is just, they're all criminals. Like D'Amato's a criminal. D'Amato's a criminal. Like Giuliani, who prosecuted the mob, is like hiring mobsters to like help Trump. Like They're all full of shit. The whole thing's a grift. And like, it's just so funny listening to D'Amato talk because anyone from New York who knew Trump knew he wasn't, like to say that Donald Trump cares about the working man is like saying Tim Dillon cares about the American vegan. It's hilarious.
I had uncles telling me that like over Thanksgiving dinner when I was 10 about Trump.
Yeah.
Before he was even like a guy. He was like, it was a known thing forever.
He has no empathy. The guy doesn't care at all. But it was so funny how just D'Amato unloading on Giuliani for the majority of the lunch.
I mean, look, what did Giuliani even do on 9/11? That's what I'm confused about. How did he become America's mayor?
I think
was he digging people out of the ground zero?
I think he stood there, and I think he was the mayor.
I mean,
he performed his mayoral duties, and he was, I think he maybe gave a few speeches. I don't remember any Giuliani speech. I remember the famous Bush thing, where he got on the microphone and he was like, "We're gonna find the people who did this."
I'm just saying, this guy has got he fell far from grace, but he was built up so hard after 9/11.
Well, he did a good job in New York, I think,
in the beginning.
Look, and there was a lot of reasons New York cleaned itself up. The infusion of foreign, not foreign, but capital, Disney World, all that shit, changed New York as a city, but like the economy got better. The economy in the 90s just got better anyway, if people remember.
Sure.
But Giuliani certainly should get some credit for that because he did do a lot of good things for the city of New York at the time. But then he just has become a goon. And then you see that this is who he was the whole time, is just a goon. Remember when he ran for president?
It was absurd at that point. That was when you realize he wasn't like as brazen about it, but he was just inept. That was when you first started the chink in the armor, when he's just, he's not good at this. Like he kept bringing up 9/11 every 5
Every
seconds.
question was 9/11. He's like, well, I ran a city that was attacked.
I allowed Al Qaeda to destroy the soul of my city.
He's like, listen to me. Bernard Kerik and the Saudi government wired those buildings. And I sat there and I didn't say a goddamn thing. Do you have any idea what that's like going to bed every night with the deaths of 3,000 plus people on your hands?
He got like shit because like apparently firefighters hate him because there was some thing where they wanted to like so at one point, I don't know if it was day 2 or 3 after 9/11, it turned like they realized there's a river of molten gold under like Tower 7 or some shit under the rubble.
What a goddamn hellhole this country is. We keep going.
And so Giuliani goes, we have to like secure this. I guess we can't have the gold all swim away. So he pulls people off of like looking for like firefighters' bodies and victims and all this shit. They go, you have to go, I don't know, collect the molten gold with like a pail. I don't know what he did, but they hate him forever
Scene
now.
from Lord of the Rings. He's like, listen, you must find the river of gold. It's like my brother is in that building. He's gone. Nothing to be done. But there's a river of gold coursing through the veins of this city, and you got to find it. What a sick, sadistic society this is. That's America's mayor. That's what he did, right? You're like, what did Giuliani do? He directed the effort of the fire department to find the river of gold. That's what he did. That should be a children's book. Rudy Giuliani, 9/11 and the River of Gold. It's like a weird Harry Potter book. Rudy Giuliani and the River of Gold. What a fucking creepy fucking dude. I mean, that is hilarious. Yeah, he just never... But D'Amato was unloading on him on lunch today.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then he got mad at Jimmy Hayes, who has a steakhouse across the street. He's like, that cocksucker. D'Amato goes, I go in there with a gift card. It's not working. Jimmy's like giving me shit. He's like, that cocksucker's sitting there drunk. He's sitting there drunk. And Jimmy does like get drunk and just sit at the bar and yell and shit. And like, D'Amato's like, I've been going there 40 fucking years, this fucking cocksucker. Whatever. We'll go back to this restaurant tomorrow and eat. It's so good. Everyone go there. South Shore Fish and Island Park. And then listen, if I can't ever go again, at least I had these.
What did you guys
nice
have?
2
Was
meals.
it lobster and
We went all out. We got tuna tartare and buffalo calamari and the tuna tidbits and swordfish and sole. And I mean, it was really good. I mean, we're staying at a dump.
what was D'Amato eating?
Swordfish.
Seems kind of lame.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm sure it's good. But
Swordfish.
it just seems like he's trying to,
Guy's 82. He had COVID 2 weeks ago.
What's it with all these people? You're all just getting COVID eating fish.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They don't give a shit. My friend Michael has COVID. I'm like, you doing
Does
anything?
anyone, he's 82. Does anyone die from this anymore?
I don't think so. I got to be honest. I don't think so. There's always a freak case. There's always
Right.
like a thing that happens. Like my Aunt Donna collects tragedies.
Right.
So she'll be like, she's always at the ready with like some like, well, one guy turned blue. Like,
I don't want to be insensitive, but I mean, do you think this year is a kind of a gimme for people whose kids died of an overdose?
what do you mean?
Like, we'll just tell people it was COVID. Freak case.
Oh, yeah, but that's got to be horrible if they don't believe you. Like they keep digging. Like I'm like, yeah, John lost his fight with COVID. And you go, COVID? He's 24 years old.
It can affect young people.
It can affect young people. You know, it was shocking for us, and it was very. And you're like, where did he die? Jail. Died in jail of COVID. No, but it's like somebody being like, how did he die of COVID? 25. Yeah.
Don't you watch the news? It can happen.
It can happen, It's just he started to have all these weird symptoms. He had lesions on his forearms and wrists, and he started stealing all of our money.
Is that part of COVID?
Yeah, it's one of these new symptoms they have where the kids start stealing your money and accusing you of molesting them.
Always
Yeah.
sweating and cold.
He was sweating. He was saying, I know what you did to me. You touched me. You let people touch me. Like, it was weird. COVID. All of these odd symptoms of COVID. But it's just so funny when you're listening to D'Amato And then you're listening to trash all these people, just talking like really kind of accurately about his perceptions about things, whether they're right or wrong. And he was also trashing Biden. He's like, they got Biden on tape telling the Council of Foreign Relations that he's in the Ukraine. His son's getting a lot of money because, CFR, it's like real prestigious. You get in there, you got to spend all this money, blah, blah, blah. He's doing all the, but I mean, he gets it, man.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong about anything. He got it. And Ben was hearing it. I'm like, that's politics in America. You want to know what it is? You might not like it. You might want it to be something else. Maybe one day it will be. I'm not telling anyone not to organize. Go force your floor vote for Medicare for all. Do whatever you want to do. But at the moment as it stands, politics in America, it's a goon squad.
Do you think the CFR back in the day didn't fuck with him? Didn't like reach out to Al D'Amato?
I don't know. I think he was probably a guy that they fucking liked. He's a criminal.
Yeah.
These are all criminals. I mean, like, these people, politics is crime. It's like, it's legalized bribery and corruption. It's what it is. It's
political parties used to literally be, they ran gangs, they ran
cops. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like, this is who these people are, the direct descendants of, and in every meaningful way. And, you can hear that when they're at lunch, and just the way he's 82, it's so funny. He goes, this cocksucker, I go in there with a gift card. And, like Jimmy's being like, this motherfucker tried to rob me, like on the other side. It's just...
Jimmy's probably like, we ran it. No, Al, this has already been used.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't. Keep running it.
Keep running it. He's just trying to get a scam. D'Amato's trying to get a scam. He's trying to get a few free steaks.
Right.
That's really all it comes... Politics in America comes down to a few free steaks. Can you get a few pieces of meat on the arm?
I mean, can you imagine how much better it tastes than when you fucking like put your wallet out? Like just getting like someone a grip.
Yeah.
It just tastes
better. I want to go back just for a minute to 9/11. And I've told this anecdote on the show before, but the funniest thing I ever saw in like 3 years of doing leading tours in New York City, like on and off for 3 years on a double-decker bus. There was this guy named Frank. He was like this kind of intense guy, but not like a conspiracy guy, right? Never like, we'd smoke butts and shit. Good dude. Never really did tours, never really got complaints. He just got really fucking heated one day and I was taking his bus because I was just sitting on the bus to Deadhead to where I was taking the subway back to my house. So he was just doing like this, downtown route, and I lived in Brooklyn at the time. And I was sitting there and he goes, somebody on the bus goes, if the fire department, they were all heroes, running in those buildings. And he goes, Frank goes, that's what you think. He goes, I was there. He goes, those firemen were cowards. They were running out of those buildings. He goes, they didn't save anybody. They were running out of those buildings. He goes, the cops, the firemen, they were cowards. They were crying. They were running away. And the faces of the people were so disturbed by how matter-of-fact he was. He's like, I saw it. Because he was not characteristic for him to flip out like this.
Yeah.
He literally saw it or believed he saw it. Like he was like, I saw it. They're cowards. They ran out of those buildings. They didn't go anywhere near them.
They could have been running out as they were collapsing.
Yeah. He goes, they didn't go anywhere near those buildings. I just never seen someone just flip so quickly. It was just fucking phenomenal.